Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those of you that do not know me, my name is AYAHUASCA and I help people level up practically and spiritually using tools such as personal development, empowerment, self-mastery, and law of attraction on my practical channel, Self-Mastery Mentor, and tools such as tarot, law of attraction, and personal development on my spiritual channel, Lux Goddess. So in today's video, I am here in my office and my studio, back on the grind, making you guys videos. I'm going to be really taking the channel into kind of like a new direction and talking to you guys more about entrepreneurship, about what I do, about struggles through entrepreneurship, and really kind of helping you guys evolve. You know, as I evolve, the channel's going to evolve. And, you know, one of the main points with any level of success that my mentor, my new boss, teaches me is that you have to be able to pivot. No matter what you're doing, don't get stuck in a forward moving rut where you're only focused on one thing and you're only, gonna be stuck doing that one thing. Make sure that you're keeping your ideas fluid and allowing yourself to be able to pivot when you need to. Even if you think your business concept is like the best, or you think it's, great, or whatever it is, right? It probably is, but make sure that you're able to pivot, because you never know how much a little pivot can make a big difference. So I know for a little bit on the channel, I was MIA, MIA for a while, and it had a lot to do with the adversity that I faced as an entrepreneur, with my business, with my self-worth around my business, with adversity against my business. And so that's going to be a major point that I talk to you guys about when we do talk about entrepreneurship. That is really someone pursuing their goals, their dreams, going for what they want, and creating a business, creating success in their field, in their category, with themselves, right? So for me, when it comes to being an entrepreneur, I have a few things that I pursue. One of those is this channel where I educate others on law of attraction, on personal development and empowerment. I am a coach, I am a mentor, and a guide. On my other channel, I am a spiritual guide. I use tarot and astrology, and I help people understand the deeper depths of energy, how to understand energy, and then how to adjust their energy in order to put themselves in alignment with their manifestations. So I take both of my channels and I integrate the two into lessons. It all depends on how deep each person wants to go. So for example, this channel is very subsurface. We talk about how you can work on you, but then we also go a little deeper into working with the mysticism of the universe, the alignments, the synchronicities, the things that we can't explain, putting our intention out there and then shifting ourselves in order to be in alignment with what it is that we're looking to achieve. So that's just the basis of law of attraction. But in order to get your manifestations with the law of attraction, you have to be willing to work on you internally. And that's why personal development is so important, because each and every one of us, no matter who you are, what you have, what you own, it doesn't matter how old you are, all of us can do improving in our lives and our mentalities and our emotions and our spirituality and our perceptions of life and our perspectives of how we see things. There can always be room for improvement and adjustment if we allow ourselves to be open to that. So that's, again, another reason why it's important to be able to shift and pivot no matter what you're doing in life, no matter what you've created, no matter how old you are or how much money you have. The ability to shift and pivot will allow you to be in alignment with things you are not currently in alignment with. So when you take things deeper, right, when you understand energy on a deeper level, that is where I use my other channel, Lux Goddess, which is my other business, and teach people the consciousness level of law of attraction. Everything in life is a level of consciousness, no matter what it is, right? If you have no awareness, if you have no conscious awareness of a topic, of a category, of a business, of life, right? Then there's nothing anyone can do for you until you come to that place of awareness, right? I can tell you everything in the world till I'm blue in the face, but if you aren't willing to accept that and receive that and understand that, then it doesn't really matter how much information someone gives you. You know, you don't know what you don't know, and you aren't willing to receive what you aren't willing to receive. So if you allow yourself to be open to new things and allow the magic to shift things for you, many things will align in your life. But you have to be open and willing to receive that magic first. So when it comes to understanding levels of consciousness, Tarot is a guide that teaches about the 78 different forms of energy. And those are broken down even more into higher and lower forms, which are the polarity of light and dark. Now that's 156 different universal energies that we deal with on a daily basis. But again, it comes to levels of awareness. So those are two of my businesses that I have been working on for a couple of years. Self-Mastery Mentor is coming up to its 3rd year, so I'm very excited about that. My channel, my first business, Self-Mastery Mentor, was founded when I was in Hawaii in Kona on a solo trip and then traveling around all the islands. That's where my first video was shot, and I'm going on a trip there in a couple weeks to kind of bring me back to my starting place, because for a while I did lose it. And that's something that you'll notice in entrepreneurship if you guys do pursue something, no matter what it is, whether it's a business, whether it's an idea, whether it's a channel, whether it's a product. There are going to be points when people come in and maybe judge your work, where people maybe aren't in alignment with your vision. They can't see your vision. Their level of perspective maybe casts doubt or casts judgments on what you're doing. There's going to be times when you are tested. Is this something you really want? Yes or no? And if you have to take a break from it for a while, do it. Sometimes that break is so necessary, no matter what you're pursuing. Even if it's just a relationship, a friendship, sometimes that break is what you need to reset the energy, reset your motivation, reset your vision, and come back in a much stronger, more powerful form. For me, I needed that break when it came to my 2 channels, because I dealt with a lot of people judging and criticizing my work just because they weren't aware. It was a lack of awareness on their end and a judgmental perspective on their end, because people judge what they don't understand and they doubt what they cannot create. So again, no matter what it is that you're doing, if you're inventing a product that's brand new, if you are pursuing a business in an industry that's very new, you're going to have, as a major byproduct, you are going to have people judge you no matter what you do. And you can't let it deter you from your goal and from your mission. If you feel called to do something, if you feel it in your heart, if it makes you happy, if you can free flow in that, no matter what it is, again, if you're creating something and you just feel magnetic when you're creating it, you feel abundant when you're creating it, you feel joy and bliss when you're creating it or you're doing it, that is what you're meant to do. Don't let anybody get in the way of that. Don't let anybody tear you down, because naysayers are gonna nay. Just what my boss says, naysayers are gonna nay. It doesn't matter what you do, they're gonna nay. So you just gotta let people be in their low vibe. Let people doubt you and criticize you from their vantage point. Because remember, when anyone's ever putting down something that you're doing, or you putting yourself out there, or you investing in something that they don't believe in, that's just them. Like, that's just the place that they are in energetically. When I talk to you guys often on this channel, very often, about levels of consciousness and the vibrational scale of consciousness, I go through a series of different energies. We go through anger, pride, shame, guilt, joy, love, peace, all that, right? When you notice someone, when you're interacting with someone, especially someone who's doubting you or criticizing others with no reason whatsoever, you can objectively observe, their energy and where they're at. If someone is putting others down, it's part of themselves where they aren't feeling good inside. They might not be happy with what they've made. They might not be happy with what they've created. They might have told themselves, hey, this is what I want to do because it's going to make me a lot of money. And when I have money, I'm going to be happy. But really, they're just very small and very unhappy and very dissatisfied inside. And you have to be able to see people for who they truly are and where they are truly at. One of the biggest things that got to me the most was a dating relationship that I had amongst other connections, all kind of around the same time, who were very dismissive of my work, dismissive of the value of my work, dismissive of what I created, which in a sense is their rejection to who I am and their rejection to what I have made and the rejection to my work. Now that rejection really bothered me because it was an emotional connection, and when we allow emotional connections in our life, they can have a major impact and influence, which is why it's very important that you're very selective on who you allow in your inner circle. Don't allow someone in your inner circle, in your friends, in your social group, who is criticizing what you do, who is judging what you do, who is doubting what you do, because you will never, ever, ever pursue that goal, pursue that dream, pursue that vision to the level and the success that you want and that you see, because they will always be the parasite that brings you down. Now, when it comes to an emotional connection, again, you want to be even more protective of yourself, more protective of your energy. If an emotional connection comes into you, or you're currently in an emotional connection, and it's one that's not supportive, it's one that's not helping you grow, it's one that's not helping you see your vision and expand your vision, right? I'm going to say that again. If it's not someone who's helping you expand your vision, it's not for you. And that might be a hard truth to see. It was definitely a hard truth for me to see, because when you like someone, right? And if they look like they fit your box, or they look like they fit your vision board, right? Then it can be hard to turn around and say, you know what? Later. But you have to be able to see if someone's perspective is going to shut you down, or if their perspective is going to expand you. Because the only way you will ever grow, the only way you will ever prosper, the only way you will ever receive the abundance on your dreams, on your vision, on your mission, is if you share a path with someone who also helps you expand your vision. Even if it's something that's new to them, even if it's something that's completely foreign, they've never thought of it before, they've never heard of it, they've never known anything about it, right? They have no experience. If that person is immediately judging you because it's different than what they see as success, or what they see as, financially profitable enough for them, you have to be able to see, okay, this person is in a low place with themselves, with their lives, and that's just going to bring me down. And it will, because everything is energy transference. So be strong enough to separate yourself from people and connections that are dismissive, people and connections that are rude and critical and judgmental because of their low place with themselves. You have to be able to love yourself enough, respect yourself enough, and trust yourself enough, and trust the universe enough to know that you will align with someone who helps you expand your vision, because they see positivity, they see success, they see abundance, they see growth, and they see a positive perspective that's going to help you grow along with them. Our partnerships are just as important as whatever goal we're pursuing. Because again, if you've got a goal and you're trying to pursue it, but you're here with somebody super close to you in an emotional way who doesn't believe in you, before you know it, you will crash and burn, and you will either lose it all, you will lose your motivation, you will lose your drive, or you will lose your sense of who you are and your mission in this world. And I'm telling you this story because I know it from direct experience. That is exactly what happened to me. I got taken down to the frickin' grave. I will tell you that. And it hurt. I didn't record on this channel for a month and a half. I almost gave up my other channel. And if it wasn't for my boss, who is one of the most successful people I've ever met to this day in my life, and who is a very big advocate for YouTubers and content creators and anyone willing to truly put themselves out there and pursue their goals. He's a very big advocate for entrepreneurs. I mean, he's already created how many businesses himself. So having someone like that, of that level, of that strength, give me a new perspective and vision and motivation back into my work was what I needed in order to keep pursuing this path, because that emotional connection really brought me down farther than I've been in a very long time. And it was such a good reminder to have that experience and to learn that lesson and to see that, you know, who you choose to have around you is key and is crucial, no matter what it is you're doing, creating, or pursuing. You want to have a group of people who support you night and day, in your brightest days and your darkest days, the people who push you to keep pursuing, even when you feel like giving up, even when you've maybe invested all your money, even when you have tried and not gotten where you want to be. It's key to have that group of people around you who are going to motivate you, pick you back up, and help you pursue on your journey to success. When you look at some of the most successful people in the world, they had this idea, they had a concept, they had a mission, right? That other people are saying, what are you doing? You're wasting your time, you're wasting your money, you're wasting your resources. What are you doing? Like, don't do this, it's not going to be successful. Because again, people are doubting them from their perspective. So when you think about that, if those people had let any criticism get them down or kept those people around in their inner circle, they would never have achieved half of the things that we have. Computers, Wi-Fi, going to the moon, going to Mars, like different things, like iPhones, little things that might seem, monotonous now because they're common now. At one point weren't so common. And at one point were just a, judgmental point that people wanted to put down. So revitalizing your why, revitalizing your mission is important. And if you have to step back and re-ask yourself, why is this my purpose? Why is this my mission? I'll tell you guys, when it comes to my businesses, my YouTube businesses, for me, it's all about change, transformation, and growth, personal development. Each and every single one of us can grow in one way or another. And giving you guys the resources and the tools to understand how to do that, how to shift energy, how to align, how to pursue your vision is very important, because information and these videos mean nothing if you don't have the practical tools to apply them. You have to be able to apply what is being given to you, because again, information means nothing if you aren't applying it. So that's what I do here. I apply that, I mentor people, I coach people, and I help them with their mission and their purpose in their lives. Now, when it comes to my other businesses, my more practical businesses, I do have a consulting and design business where I help people in many different areas, whether that's design with their business, design with their marketing portfolio, design with their websites. I also do franchise consulting referrals, health insurance referrals. I now in venture capital, as well as commercial real estate, which is where my 8 years of professional experience has been on a more practical front. Commercial real estate is what I've done, hotels specifically, but now I'm getting into business brokerage, as well as the big commercial projects that I'm always going to be into. So I have myself very spread in a lot of ways, but having yourself spread is important. There are a lot of people who have a perspective where you do one thing and you do one thing only, and that's what you're known for. And I've had a lot of adversity when it comes to that as well, where people say, oh, you just need to focus on one thing and one thing only. But the point is with that, if you do one thing and one thing only and that pillar falls, there you go, you just fell. So you want to make sure that when it comes to building your success, when it comes to building your abundance, spread yourself out in different areas that truly are a passion for you. My channels aren't really something that generate me the income to do the things that I want to do. They're more so a passion that fuels my heart, it fuels my emotions, and it fuels my true passion for life and my purpose with who I am. My commercial projects, my venture capital are things that I am learning, that I love, that I enjoy, and give me the stability and the structure to pursue my passions in the way that I do. So I've integrated the two different dynamics of the more, practical business side of work that I truly love and am passionate about, and I've pursued my passion work that's also going to eventually rise to the same level. And when I've done that, I've been able to put together multiple different revenue streams, split my income up, and grow my empire on multiple pillars. Because if you're building a building, you're building a structure. Let's say we're going to build an 80,000 square foot hotel. You're not going to do that on one pillar. You're going to do that on a series of pillars, and you're going to create a foundation and a structure that rises together to form a beautiful building and a beautiful, safe structure. So if you're wanting to grow your empire, you're wanting to yield more success in your life in the long run, have a few things going at once. Have your investments spread out in different areas, in different sectors, right? In different industries. Allow yourself to create something where you give back, something that fuels your purpose, something that makes you happy. Because when you are pursuing your purpose and not just a paycheck, it's going to fuel you in many ways from within. And when you're fueled from within, you fuel without, right? As within, so without. As above, so below. So when you notice people in your life, people in your interactions who are just chasing the paper, chasing a dollar sign, you'll notice they're oftentimes really unhappy. They're very critical, they're judgmental, because a part of them isn't truly enjoying what they're doing, because what they're doing is for a check, it's not for a purpose. So remember that when you are growing, especially the younger ones out there, and even if you're older, it's not too late to start. Find your mission, find your purpose. If you guys look at your birth chart when it comes to astrology, you type in your birthday, your birth time, and you look up your birth chart, your north node is your purpose. My purpose is Scorpio in the 11th house. That's where my north node is. And Scorpio is all about death, rebirth, and transformation. 11th house is all about friends, online, social circles, internet fame, as well as philanthropy. So my purpose, my goal in life is truly to help people transform, to grow, and to evolve. And I use an online and internet platform in order to do so, and also find a way to give back. My channels are my philanthropy. I also am now stepping into a more philanthropic role and helping out with a new industry that I am very excited about. So that's just truly what fuels me from within, and having that joy, having that love, having something that makes me feel just happy, even if it doesn't exactly give me a paper sign return, is what ultimately makes my life more abundant. And as my life becomes more abundant, my internal becomes more abundant, what happens? I raise my vibration up. When you rewind to a year ago and you look at these, I'm gonna give you guys my vision boards, okay? These are a couple vision boards that I made a couple years back. So these are not my most recent vision boards. I have 3 vision boards since these 2, and it's my author vision board, my development vision board, as well as my most recent personal vision board. And these 2 are like 3 behind, okay? So these are back in like 2020, I made these. But now this is where my current life is. This is what I'm doing. You know, I'm working on the channels, I'm growing and evolving. I have my studio, you know, I'm magnetizing money, I'm working in coffee shops, I'm having these good connections, I'm going on trips. It takes time for your vision board to evolve. So you want to make sure that you're allowing time and space for your visions to actually manifest and come into reality. back on April 30th, I had an event where I had everyone manifest what they were wanting in their financial lives, because it was the new moon in Taurus, the eclipse. And that was all about your cash, assets, property, what you value, and how you value yourself. And there were a few things that I manifested on that vision board that I wanted: a monthly income, a big check amount income, different things that I was manifesting. And after that event, things shifted in my life. I had to make adjustments in my career path. I had to make pivots in what I was doing and how I was approaching my career path. I had to be made very uncomfortable to go through those changes and to find a new route that was ultimately going to align me to what it was that I manifested. So that going into it, if you guys are trying to, pursue a path in, let's say, technology, or you're wanting to start a new business, or you have something you're trying to invent, if that's on your vision board and it's something you're creating, make sure you are open to the adjustments that may be required when it comes to you pursuing that. For example, you may be in a certain career, or you may be in a certain mindset that's not allowing you to reach the next milestone. So in order for you to reach that next milestone, you might have to be uncomfortable in order to find a job or a path that's going to align you to a higher salary, that's going to allow you to invest, that's going to allow you to maybe be happier, really pour your energy and emotions into what you're doing with a group of people who truly support you and support your vision. That might not feel good at first. That might not feel good to maybe get out of a relationship that isn't actually supporting you, that isn't actually providing value to your mission, to your purpose. And if it's not providing value, you're going to outgrow it anyway. So allow yourself to know that there may be uncomfortable shifts that have to come along your journey when you are pursuing something, especially on an entrepreneurial route. Now, again, that path isn't always easy. You're going to face adversity. You're going to face struggles, whether that is a financial struggle or a struggle with your purpose. Is this really what I want? Is this really what I'm wanting to achieve? And is this really fueling my heart and, what I am wanting in the long run? You're going to have those moments where you have to check in with you and allow yourself the room and the space to truly come to that answer. Don't force that answer. If you're not feeling it and you can't really get the clarity you're looking for, you're probably trying too hard to find an answer to something that might be clouding your judgment. When we try too hard to find answers, when we try too hard to find solutions, to connect certain dots, it's not happening because a part of us isn't ready to receive the answer yet. Sometimes we just need to clear the fog in order to see the truth. It's right there in your face, right? Have you guys ever had a document on your desk and you're looking for this document and you can't find it and you're searching, you just can't find this document, and then all of a sudden you walk away, you come back and the document's right there? That's the same thing with our mind, our mentalities, our vision. Things can cloud our vision, they can cloud our judgment. Other people's opinions can cloud our judgment. But when you allow time for yourself, when you allow room for peace, tranquility, you remove the stress, you remove the chaos, you remove the opinions, you remove the naysayers, right? Those naysayers, you let them go. Your judgment will become clear and you'll be able to see your vision in a whole new light. So make sure you are taking time to remove stress from your life, remove insecurity, remove doubts, remove judgment, so you can truly be in your authentic own energy and realign with your passions. Keep pursuing, you guys. There's always going to be a part in a period where you doubt yourself, you question your purpose, you question your mission, but make sure you're not questioning yourself because of other people's insecurities or other people's doubts from their low-level perspective on what you're doing. All right, keep believing in you. You will align to people who support you. You will align to people who love you. You will align to people who share your vision and share your purpose. Look for people who are there to support you and grow as a team. When you give back to others, when you love others, when you support others, that love and that support is going to pour back into you. Don't try to do everything on your own. That's one thing I learned very quickly. Don't try to do everything on your own. Ask for help. Ask for guidance. Ask for help and support from someone who's already done what you've done, even if it's in a different form. That advice, that help, that guidance can really help you shift and pivot and align back to you and what you're here to do as your mission and your purpose on this planet. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I will talk to you very soon. If you would like more spiritual guidance, and again, understanding a deeper level of consciousness when it comes to universal energies, when it comes to your zodiac energy, go to my other channel, Lux Goddess, and over there I will be teaching you guys all about energy, kind of where you're going in your path, and how you can adjust your energy to put yourself in alignment with what it is that you're manifesting. So with that being said, I'll talk to you very soon. Bye.